Thank you for joining us here at ProsperiTrade, where we discuss everything trading and investing related. I'm Juan Valdez, founder and lead trader of ProsperiTrade. Here at ProsperiTrade, we like to discuss everything trading and investing related. If you look at the majority of our videos, we do due diligence, take deep dives on stocks that we believe are good for the next few years and are disruptive and have a lot of upside. But we also do swing trades. We like to be able to adapt to whatever the market's given us. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm going to record a day trade that I'm doing. And the reason I'm day trading this stock, because they came out with great news, positive news. It's a company I haven't done due diligence on, but I just briefly looked over, and there's a lot of things I like about the company. And they purchased another company. So they have kind of like a good outline of what they want to do with that company. And let's look at the screen here. So we're talking about ticker symbol ATNX. So with day trading as opposed to investing, you have to know technical analysis. You have to know where support is, where resistance. So I look at the daily chart, for example. I say, okay, I think 486 is going to be some resistance. If 486 breaks, then the next potential resistance is 536. And after that, 609. So you see the wick here, it kind of tapped it twice. If it passes 609, and if there's nothing else that's moving, that's super major, we call this potential to fill the gap. Whenever there's a big drop off, big gap, and honestly, I haven't even researched why it dropped so much. What was the bad news? That maybe they missed one of their phases of FDA approval. But whatever it is, they dropped here from 12 something down to 5 and been in downslope ever since. So this is, this major gap, it's something that's well known in the day trading community and technical analysis as filling the gap. So these are key points for me. So I'll be looking at 486, hoping that breaks. Then I'll be looking at 536, see how that goes. And if it breaks 609, then this day trade may turn into a swing trade. But as of now, it's a day trade. I got up this morning, saw the news, and let me pull up the article that I saw here. So there's multiple articles now. This is a shorter one, I guess, here. So it's a cancer treating company. Let's see. They purchased Cur Therapeutics. They'll pay $70 million. So they're excited to add Cur Therapeutics technology. Cur's innovative technology combined with our TCR program could prepare us into leadership position in cell therapy. So that is a really strong headline. And a lot of people are going to see this and going to get excited about this. Also, NEO has agreed to acquire NVIDIA. Okay, so that's something else. So let's look at another article here. So first, let me also show you my position. I just bought 1,000 shares. I don't like to go too crazy day trading. Okay. So I purchased 1,000 shares on my Webull account, and this is an account I opened up just for swing trading. My main account for day trading is Lightspeed, but I just used Webull because I was on my phone. I purchased it. It's a small account. So I got in here. I got 1,050 shares at 463. Currently up $73, and that's it. Okay, so the article reads, and look here, okay, so just before I read the article here. So right now it's at 482 exactly it hit. You saw that? It tapped 482. And where was our resistance point here? 486. So it's getting close to testing that 486 area. And I'm currently up $188, 199. See the 199. $262. Okay, so I broke the 483. Now it's at 488. It's tempting. Oh, 489. It's getting some momentum here. Getting some momentum. So let me go back to that article. See what's. All right. Okay, so ANTX to acquire Therapeutics to expand cell therapy development with off-the-shelf engineering. Cell platform technology expands. So ANTX is a global biopharmaceutical company dedicated to the discovery, development, and commercialization of novel therapies for the treatment of cancer and related conditions, led by this. They acquired. So their statement, it's a positive statement. They're excited. We're confident that we can continue to innovate on the NKT cell platform. Okay, $70 million up front. Okay, so just a really, really good headline. And you see it's what was our next resistance point that we said? 536. Okay, so it's, and let me see how much I'm up right now. Okay. Currently up 388, and it's the top gainer right now, which is always good. It's getting more attention, top gainer. And it's tempting to take profit. Good $400 for trading just a few minutes in the morning. And going back to sleep, maybe. But I'm gonna let's look at the chart here. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. And like I said, the next resistance point is 536. Now, we don't want to see major sell-off. My position, like I said, I got in at 463. So I may want to take a couple hundred shares off the table soon, just in case it just drops super quickly. That's always a good thing to take some profit. Give yourself a little bit more room to hold. But I'm going to see what it does here. And the thing with these stocks, sometimes they just drop all of a sudden. Quantity percentage. Okay, let's see. Right now, seems like 5 is pretty strong resistance right now for this stock here. Another thing that can happen sometimes with these stocks, they can find support and resistance and bounce kind of for a few hours sometimes and just trade sideways for a little bit. That's a good thing sometimes, as opposed to if this thing just spikes up really, really quickly, like a little bit quicker, then I'm going to have to take profit because everybody else is going to take profit. If this thing consolidates between resistance and support. So right now 5 has been strong resistance, just tapping it, and it's not breaking it. So this is the first tap, and see how many more times it's going to test 5. So let me see, I'm currently up 377. A concern is if it doesn't break 5, people that bought here and here, they're going to get concerned, and they're going to take their 20 cents, 30 cents profit, 15 cents, whatever they have, because they don't want to go red. Just like me, I don't want to go red. I don't want to, you see, look at the spike in buying here. So a lot of people bought here for 90s. They're kind of getting nervous. Is 5 going to break? A lot of people bought here. This is a lot of volume, especially for pre-market. Some people sold here, which caused some of the red, and a little bit of buying. So that's a good thing. If it does spike and test the last high of 505, and it does like a little spike, 515, 520 or something like that, I might take a little profit like right now. Okay, so let's see, let's do 25%. $5.10. Okay. So, oh no, I sold quantity 25. That's not what I wanted to do. 25%. Oh, guess I get to sell it a little bit higher now. Okay, that's more. I like it. I didn't want to sell 25 of them. It's spiking more. All right, so another 25% maybe at 530. Let's see. Let's just place that there and see if it gets filled. So now the good thing is, at least I have a little bit of profit that I've locked away. Gives me a little bit more confidence. And let me sell 10% here. See what it does. Okay, so got some sellers coming in, people wanting to take profit, understandable. I mean, this might be a runner. Thing is, this early in the morning, moving up this much, it usually, what it'll do, it'll spike up a little bit, then it'll just give back all the profits, and then maybe later on pick up more. So let's take a little bit more just in case of a sudden drop here. Okay, that got filled. So got a limit order here to sell at 530. Let's see what's it gonna do now. So we want to see a potential bull flag. That's a potential. So that's potential bull flag would be kind of like it spikes up a little bit, pulls back, pulls back, pulls back. Then when people play a bull flag like this, their exit would be the bottom of the flag here, or what they call a flag. So if it pulls up, this kind of forms. So if you did a line here and drew this, it'll be the form of flag. People's exit strategy for the bull flag is right here. So the scary thing about that is if it drops below 5, people are going to exit because bull flag, it's a good play. You're getting a little spike. You missed the initial spike, but you're watching for the pullback, and then some people are going to start maybe buying here at, let's say, 515, whatever, and their exit is 5, which is great because you set you're not going to take a major loss if it doesn't go your way. You're just losing 15 cents. And a lot of people are going to start taking profit once it breaks the high of this. So 530, maybe some people might start taking profit, potentially. So that's something we want to be mindful of. You really have to know the mindset of day traders. So people bought here, they like that this is a higher bar. They want to see the break of this. But if it drops below here, if it drops suddenly, a lot of people are going to take profit and it's going to drop quickly. So that's why you always kind of want to lower your position as you start to take profit. So 520. Let's see if we can get a quick spike to 530 so I can get filled, and I would be happy with that. $5.25. We're just 5 cents away from another one of my targets. I don't really want to get greedy. I know there's gonna, people get nervous day trading, so they doesn't go as quickly as they want. They start just taking profits and stuff. So let's see. That's the resistance point there. Kind of that was the last high here of this candle. So we want to see a little break of that. So if we see a break of that, we'll probably do a little quick surge to 540-ish, and then we'll go from there. It's good that it's kind of still going on a little uptrend, but we'll see. Like I said, this is a potential bull flag, but if the bull flag does not work, it'll drop quickly and people will take profits quickly. Is that my, oh, I got filled, okay. So I got filled on that one too, and I got 460 shares, 16 shares left. So let's do 216 shares. What's the next potential here? So 530, we said the next resistance is 536. So let me see how it does on 536. Let's see if 535 is testing that 536 area. Let's see if it breaks the 536. So right now, 536 it's a little bit of resistance. It's past resistance. Let's see if people are going to take profits. More volume coming in. Oh, okay, it's breaking the 536 to 538. Now it needs to, 536 is still resistance because it needs to break it and then kind of like bounce. You see it's at 536 right now, 538. If it keeps bouncing on 536, that's going to be a really good sign that this thick stock still got some momentum. There it goes. Okay. So let me just put 100 shares at 550 just in case. So this is a stock with good news, got potential growth. 550 is like a natural resistance. A lot of people take profits in whole numbers, like at 5s and the 50s. So that's something, the next resistance to watch out for. So this is how I day trade. I don't day trade that often. And usually I day trade in my Lightspeed account, which is my larger account. because I have my hotkeys and I can jump in, jump out. I can hit Control X, exit half my position, Control C, a quarter of my position, Control Z, my whole position. Oh, okay, I got filled 550. So now I have 316 shares left. Let's do 116 shares. And that all those noises, like that's my phone. I have my phone on Webull, and that's just saying that the order went through. Let's see. 5. Okay, keeps going up. Let's see. Let's try 570 here. I think I'm getting a little greedy, but I don't know. It just seems strong here. I don't even know how much I'm up total yet. I don't ever really day trade with Webull. Okay, so still got a order there at 570. Let's see if that gets filled. Did just pause a little bit because it's taking a while. So I have stuff's in the way. $116 shares at 570. It's a lot of green candles, a lot of, it's gone up quite a bit. It's definitely due for a pullback soon. So I shouldn't get so greedy. Hoping for one more spike. Let me take 50 shares. Cancel that 570 here. So looks like it's going to pull back a little. So let me lock in a little bit more profit here. 66. Oh wait, hold on. It's the price. See, this is the problem. This is why I don't day trade on Webull. I'm so used to just hitting my hotkeys. So I'm going to take more profit if it drops down to, let's say, 540. I'll take 166 shares. I'll just set that up there just in case and hit sell. Alright, well, maybe it's going to hit that 70 now. So let's go back to this here. Surprisingly, did a pullback. We got people bought up pullback, so there's still buyers. Surprisingly, I mean, I think it's got good momentum, I guess. So it started after hours yesterday when the news came out. It's trading at 372, spiked up, pulled back, tested this. See, it tested 439, tested 439, tested 439, finally broke 439. And you see how like it breaks it, then it tests, then it becomes support, bounces off of it, bounces off of it. That's what you like to see. Breaks this, bounce, resistance, pulls back, bounce drop down back to this same resistance as support as before. So that's why you set these, and you have to be aware of these, because if this doesn't hold up, then this thing can just drop anywhere at that point. It can drop down here, it can drop here. So for me, I want to, my position that I got in, let me look at my phone. I got in at 463. So a good amount of cushion, so that if it Okay, so the 570 got filled. Well, that's good. Let's see, so how many shares do I have left? Just 100 shares left. And you know, this is where it's like, okay, could just hold it. At this point, like the ball's in my court. I can really either just hold 100 shares and go to sleep and ignore the up and down. I mean, even if it drops, let's say I'm in at 463 around here. You know, even if it drops a whole dollar, you know, I lost 100. Let's say I'll lose 100. But let me see if I can look at my phone, see how much am I up on this name now. So just to give you an idea, like this is like how if we had a chat room, we would do this live, you know, so you can follow live with us. You know, you can see, you can hear my mind thought, you can hear the purchases, the sales, you can see it. Let's see if I can pull that stock up. ATNX. Okay. So I'm up so far $800 on ATNX. And let me switch the camera here. ATNX up $800. This is really just not even an hour. I mean, I got in, let's see if it has here, if I could show you here where. I don't know. I'm more comfortable using like my phone. I understand my phone. I never used the desktop. The only reason I'm using the desktop so I can share the screen. Okay, so I bought, let's see here. Okay, I bought my first 270 shares at 4:11 a.m. or Eastern time, so 3:11 my time. At $4.57, it went up to 465. Let me just show you here. Okay, so here. See on the bottom, 411. Started off with 273 shares. Then at 412, a minute later, went up to 465. I bought another 150. Then at 413, another minute, bought 164. Dropped back down to 466, 462. I bought more at those prices when it dropped because a lot of people were buying too. I looked at the level 2 and there was a lot of people purchasing. So I sold 25 shares at 511. So every single one that I sold, I mean, it's 511, 522, 515, 530. Let me scroll up a little more because 550 I sold some, 555, 570. So yeah, so far it's given me $800. So first one, 411 right now, or 311, and right now it's 4. So not even an hour, not even an hour, and hopefully I'll make 1,000 out of this. Let's see where we're at. We're up 100, 115. So if it can go up, oh, maybe not make 1,000. I don't know. I don't know if I want to wait that long. So I don't know. I'm thinking of just closing it, making quick $900 in an hour, and going back to sleep, or just holding it. And this is it gonna, you know, you always wonder, okay, is this gonna be the next what is that, BTX? Is this gonna be the next BTX? Let's make it the daily chart. So BTX. Yeah, so look at BTX. I mean, he was trading at $3 here, 7. I think they also had some merger news, but it went as high as $80. So I think that's always like, that's why people lose money, because they hold on to these stocks. What was the symbol here? ATNX. So that's why people lose money, because they see this in the past and they hold their whole position hoping that it does it again and that they're gonna make 80 bucks, and hey, I had 1,000 shares, I'm gonna make 80,000. That's just, you have to go with statistics and probabilities, and that's just not likely. That's just the odds of BTX happening are very unlikely. It's just less than 5%, 4%, 3%, maybe. I don't know. I don't have an exact number. Um, I used to, so I've been day trading for 7, 8 years. And when I first started, I used to journal everything and put everything in Excel sheets and look at patterns that worked and why did those patterns work? What was the market cap on those stocks? What was the situation? What was the news around that stock? So I have like a few patterns, and I do have like an education course where I go over those patterns. And these are the patterns that have the highest probability of success. So one of those, like for example, is like the bull flag that we discussed, right? So we'll take a look. The bull flag, it spikes up, and then if you drew a line here this way, and let me see here. Oh, draw a line here, then draw that line there. That's why they call it a bull flag, right? And okay, so the way you play the bull flag is, or the way you position yourself for a trade in the bull flag, you missed a spike, and this spike was 5 to 530, but it could be 70 cents or whatever. You missed a spike, then it pulls back. So some people say, okay, the first candle to make a new high. So this candle didn't make a new high. This candle didn't make a new high. It's still lower. This candle right here made a new high. It was higher than this one. So that would be your entry. So 518. Now the good thing about this trade for beginners is if it doesn't go your way, your exit is anything below this. So it breaks below 5, and let's say little slippage, you get out at 492, for example. So from 515 to 492 is 23 cents. So do the math. If you had 1,000 shares, that's $230. But your potential is, it breaks the 530. So, your potential of making kind of like 30 cents. So you always want that 2-to-1 ratio. And this thing is, so you see, it's kind of like it's going up, pulls back a little, then goes up, pulls back a little, then goes up, pulls back. So it's already done 1, 2, 3 pullbacks. Now, most of the time, people just they don't wait for this third pullback. They start taking profit at that point. It usually does. Stocks don't pull back 3 times and still continue to climb higher. Like I said, you have the occasional BTX and all that stuff, but so the next resistance point is 609. So now if it breaks 609 and it just keeps holding, people are going to be expecting some of this gap to eventually fill over the next few days. Let's go further back. So it's got some history of climbing over days. So like, look here, it was at 9, then it went to 21, and that's over about 2 months. So I mean, it's tempting to just hold the 100 shares. I mean, I have nothing. I have so much cushion on the name now. I have $800 cushion on it. So there's really no way I can lose money on this. I mean, the position that I'm in, I got in at 4 something. I don't understand why this doesn't show you trade details. Oh, okay, here we go. All right, so let's see. This is what I was showing you before when I had my phone. Bought in at 457, 465, 470, 466, 462. So all that averages out to 463, and that's my position. I'm in at 463. I was in with 1,050 shares, and I sold most of it because I'm in day trade mode. Okay. Didn't really want to come to this, but okay. So now it's so now it looks like it's pulling back a little bit. So now momentum might change. So you have here, it's starting to see if 13 EMA is going to be support. So it kind of did bounce off the 13 EMA. I would imagine, I would anticipate if it breaks below the 13 EMA and that doesn't become support no more, that it might test one of these again. It'll be a big sudden drop. But the good thing is I'm in all the way down here and only 100 shares. So, you know, even if I did go to sleep and it dropped a dollar bill 363, which is, you know, not likely, I would only lose $100 and still make 700 on the name that day, the same day. The potential is if it does become one of those crazy spikes over the next few days and it goes 20, 30, 40 bucks. I mean, that's $1,000 per every $10. So I do think I'm gonna just hold 100 and maybe just end the video. It's been a long video. We'll watch it a little bit more. See what it does. And I like to see what go on Weeble, and sometimes I like to just see what people are saying, like the little to the moon guys and stuff. Kind of look at the comments. They're not loading right now. So they actually have a live My phone app is not really loading anything right now. I wonder why. But okay. So someone says it might be bad earnings. This is just a side note. This is just for entertainment purposes. I look at the comments just because it's kind of entertains me a little bit. It's about to squeeze us out its fat cheeks and into the atmosphere. Beautiful consolidation, priming to blast off. The blast off. Yeah, this is just pretty entertaining comments. This is how you know paper hands from real traders. People getting scared off because of a dip. Everybody wants everybody wants everybody wants you to hold. They want GameStop again. Look at this guy what he wrote. Hold. He's drawing his line, telling everybody to hold. Seven or eight is the target through earnings. This was long due for recovery, and it will happen this week. I don't disagree with that. I mean, that's pretty. If he's obviously he's kind of looked at the past chart, looked at the stock went through some rough times. I haven't done my due diligence on this. It's just a day trade. I just did some basic overview of it, but it's possible. I don't see that being on too far fetched. 7 or 8 target. Actually, if for me, if it breaks 7, I think that over the next few days, it's going to fill that gap. Maybe I think that's a strong potential. Another guy, go back. I don't know what he wrote. Sad I missed this after getting screwed on COCP yesterday. It's going to drop. Everyone is scared. Too much money being lost. Peace. I'm out. Made my 1K. Someone asks, is this a short squeeze? Let me see the short float on it is. I don't know if it's highly shorted. They do have, I think they have earnings today too. Oh, it's actually got high ratings from analysts. Strong buy, hold. 93 million shares outstanding. It's the float. Yeah, it's a bit of high. Yeah, it's kind of a high short interest, and on the 15th this month actually, a lot of those shorts they have to cover, so the brokers going to be forced to sell their shorts. So there might be a small short squeeze. We got 12 million shares, data to cover 7. Oh, I don't know. I don't think it's a short squeeze. I think it's good news. They've acquired another company, and they have potential to do some disruptive things in the cancer world. So they do have earnings at 8 a.m. or conference call 8 a.m. I didn't see if it was earnings. Yeah, live conference call 8 a.m. That's gonna be interesting. You know, I'm sure they're always gonna say very positive things. And I think I'm just gonna hold it. I think I'm gonna hold my 100 shares. Take a look here. I'm up 100, and I'll hold 100 shares. Let's see. Let's pull the chart up. And just hold it for the next few days. And if the conference call goes well and it already has good ratings, I would expect that maybe within the next month to slowly go back up and fill this gap, maybe $10. So if it went up to $10 and I'm at, what did I get in? $4.63. So let's just say I can make $6. That's just another 600 bucks, I guess. It's I might just hold it, but I'll probably sell it sometime today. I mean, I'm tempted to just close it and sell it now and be done with it. And even if it goes crazy, I'm fine with it. So BLRX, if you look at you can click on the link. This one we called out 3 weeks ago, and I made a video about it, talking about the potential catalyst that it has. So I'm up 90% on that. So potential catalyst for their cancer treatment, phase 3. And we talked about this, let's see, 3 weeks ago, and it was trading. We got in under, let me see, sometime here. You could click the link and watch the video when we got in. I think we got in sometime here. I think it was like the 15th if I'm not mistaken. We have to double check the video. And bought 1,000 shares, added a little bit to the position, and just held for days. You know, I would update. It was slowly climbing up, which I liked. So if you go on my Instagram, J Valdez, JV Trader, you'll see like I kept constantly updating and showing my position. J Valdez Trade 1. I'm sorry, J Valdez Trade 1. It's 4 in the morning, so I'm not 100% with it yet. But yeah, I called that swing trade out along with Neo. I called out, and both of them hit my target. So with Neo, where's Neo here? On the 15th, it was hitting a support area here. I saw this. This is and so I don't want to lie. So let me go on YouTube and look at the exact date of the video. One second here. So it's this one here, I think. Yeah, this one. 8/17. Okay. 8/17. So on the 17th, which is between these two candles, I guess, because it jumps from 19 to 17. So 36 bucks, and that was a position. I remember that was a position we got in. 36 bucks. I called it as an option play for bounce off the support and gave an exit strategy. Bounce off support option. I think I put a month out or 2 months. I don't remember. The video, you can watch the video. and strike price I put at 40. So it spiked up the next day, 37, dropped all the way to 35, and just a few days later, I think it was like a Monday or something, because I remember the weekend passed, it hit the target, I got out and spiked all the way to 43. And then BLRX, so we said 17th, about here. My position, I believe, was $2.70 and dipped down a little bit. I actually added a little bit more in this dip and then just continue to climb. And this is where I would, every couple days, just update and show my Instagrams, okay, because with 1,000 shares, if it's up 30 cents, that's 300 bucks. And then it was up 40 cents, that was 400 bucks. And that's what I would show on my Instagram constantly. And then we were waiting for this. This is what we were waiting for. It came out with the news. And I had said my price target was 450. I said that in the video, 450. So I took most of my position 450, just like how you see me trade. And I kept some, and it just spiked up a little bit, so a little more, but I didn't get all the way up here. I think 450 and then maybe 5 something. Well, that's it. Let's see where it's at. So it's dropping down a little bit. It's testing different moving averages now here. So it's slowing down momentum. Volume is decreasing. I would expect people to start taking profits. It's kind of like in a downtrend, and I'm just gonna hold it. You know, it's fine. Even if I lose money, 50 bucks at most I'll lose. It's at 80, so I have a nice cushion, but I do have you know, the $800 cushion, and it's not gonna drop $8. So worst case scenario, I wake up, it drops, and it's, let's say, 50 cents below. I mean, it's got a lot of support. It's not going to get that low, but let's just say worst case scenario, it drops 50 cents below where I entered and I lose 50 bucks. Well, I still made 750 bucks in an hour. So I'm fine with that. And yeah, we're going to end it. It's in a downtrend now. See, now people are starting to take their profits. I'm in all the way down here, 463. I'll cut these. So 463, you know, if it drops maybe 439, I just don't see it not being bought back up in these areas. You know, it's just not likely. But people are going to take profits. And like I mentioned, you know, pre-market, it's always going to have that spike. People are going to take their profits. It's going to drop quickly as it rose. And then it'll drop. And then as soon as it's low again and people like that support area, wherever that is, you're going to see it start being bought up again, possibly, and maybe make another move. If this is going to be the stock, the main stock of the day, you know, there's always... you have to look with day trading, you know, these stocks, there's a certain amount of day traders, and wherever the majority of them is what's going to bring the most hype. So if there's another stock, like let's say GameStop comes out of nowhere and starts blasting and going crazy, this is just not going to get attention. It's probably going to consolidate. Maybe it's just going to sell off a little bit. People are going to sell off because they want to play GameStop. So there's a lot of factors with day trading that you have to be aware of. I've day traded already. I made 800 bucks, and my 100 shares, I'm gonna kind of treat it more as a swing trade where I'm just gonna hold it for the next few days and see what happens, or I might end up selling it. You know, I might wake up and be down 20, 30 bucks and say, you know what, let me just sell it and be in with it. But it's breaking that 531. So the same way we talked about, it breaks resistance, and then resistance has to become support. When it's downtrend, it breaks support, and then if support becomes resistance, then that's not a good sign. So it's the opposite. So, but if it breaks the support and then gets bought up and resists the support, continues to hold a support, then that's a good sign. But we're not going to watch this through. We saw it's testing support right now. If this support becomes resistance, then that's going to be a wall and it's going to sell off a little bit more. Okay, that was an extremely long video, my longest one yet, 55 minutes, but you got to watch day trading, what day trading looks like. Day trading, sometimes it's easily manipulated. You have to watch out for those stocks that are super low float. This one had a float of 90 million. It's not easy to manipulate. You need a lot of people, and it's a stock with positive news is the reason. The value of that stock went up. So that stock it's got great potential for the long term. They're setting themselves up by purchasing Kerr and being leaders in cell therapy. So it's a legitimate company. They're trying to expand. They're trying to have some partnerships to take their business to the next level. So it was a good company to day trade. I don't recommend day trading every day. I recommend just having a strategy, being extremely careful, getting in and out, not being greedy, not being the one that's holding the bag, not worrying about, hey, I missed out. All those things are going to cause you to lose a lot of money if you day trade. So this is how I day trade. I pick and choose very rarely, maybe sometimes a couple times a week. Depends what the market is like. After the scare yesterday of the return of inflation, everything dropped. So I was looking at stocks, to potential discounted stocks, and I had let's see, I had Teladoc. Was one stock that I was looking at. I had Sage, that was another stock that I was looking at. These stocks were discounted. So, that's kind of how you treat sometimes like those scares where big scares of inflation, of poor earnings or whatever. Sometimes they'll give you an opportunity to get into a stock that's at a discounted rate. So like PLTR, that's a great stock. Palantir, it's pretty low right now, dropped a lot. BNTX, I was actually really close to making a video on that because they have earnings and they're expected to have strong earnings just because of COVID vaccine and how much Pfizer made during their earnings because of the COVID vaccine. So last night I was going to make a video on BNTX, Teladoc, and Sage, and I didn't end up doing it. But BNTX already kind of made a nice move this morning. So it dropped. Let me get out of this. The reason I like BNTX, and I would have not been able to buy it where I wanted to buy it, but yesterday it dropped all the way to 171, which was what I felt was a good value for the stock, especially with their May 10th. I think May 10th when I looked into it was going to be their earnings. So I wanted to get in at that price, but this is like probably computers behind this stock and technology, because it was here at 180, and then at 4 in the morning, right when the market opens, not even open for a minute, it got all bought up, and it's all the way at 185. So I would have not been able to get in where I wanted to anyways, but I was going to make a video at that. At this point, it still might be good, but, it spiked up too quickly. I wanted to capture some of this. Okay, so that's the end of the video. Thank you for joining me. If you stayed on this long, appreciate it. And please hit the like and subscribe. And if you like these videos, we'll continue to do them. Thank you. Take care.